Hello. Been a long time since the last video. Truth is, I've been trying to edit up some incredibly boring footage from my roadbook training over in Thuringen with Stefan Hessler, and I've realised that I can't turn really boring footage into interesting footage. It's a shame. There were some really wonderful trails over there, but I didn't have any power in my camera whilst I was riding them. But I want to do a video on roadbooks, so I'm gonna park up here after a bit of trail riding and go over how the roadbook navigation works, because a lot of people have asked me about that. Please don't take this as being any truly informed person's opinion on the subject. I have never ridden a rally. I've done one weekend of training, but after the rally maybe I'll do a proper instructional video for people who are interested. This guy here, the trip meter, which is, oh, where's my fingers? Here, and the controls, which hide down here. Now on a 701, it's really difficult to get the stock switches and the trip meter switches to fit. I've had to cut bits off of my handguards, and the cable's squished in there in a really quite horrible way, but it was the best that I could do. So the whole kit is switched on and off with a little switch in here, this guy. It was a tip from Stefan that the whole kit needs to be separate from the main electrical system so I can use the roadbook without the ignition being on. So, how does it all work? The trip meter is controlled with this, and by pressing this button I can switch modes. So it can tell me the time, how exciting, it can tell me my distance, which is the most important part, and it can also tell me my heading, compass heading, and my speed. When I'm cruising on the road, speed's handy. But distance is the important part. What we're doing with the roadbooks is this little lever here. It moves the roadbook. So at the start of the roadbook, the total kilometers, which is this section here, will read 0, and you match your trip meter to those total kilometers. So as we roll back, there we go. This is the first instruction, that at 0 kilometers we're at this point in the center of the picture, and we turn left to go into the forest. The next picture tells us that in 1.1 kilometers we're going to go straight past a sign. That's fine. And the next picture tells us that in 200 meters we're going to go left through some houses. Now, the distance that you've travelled and the distance on the trip meter doesn't always match. Somebody's GPS could be off, their wheel sensor could be off, or you could make a mistake. If you go 200 kilometers in the wrong direction, you're going to go 400 kilometers off track. So you need to be able to adjust the trip meter. And that's what these two buttons here are for. And let's see if I can catch the whole thing. Clicking down changes the distance down. Clicking up changes the distance up. And it seems to be really important to get your distance to match exactly with the points on the roadbook as you go along. So you're riding along, you hit one of the waypoints, you make the turn, or you go past over the bridge, like this instruction here. You're going to want to adjust your trip meter so that it matches exactly 1.9 as you go over the bridge. Keep doing that every waypoint, every second waypoint, to keep your distance accurate, and you're golden. Really, there's not much more to it than that. I mean, we have instructions. This roadbook hasn't been highlighted. It would normally be coloured in all sorts of swanky colours. I'll probably put some pictures at the end. Yeah, and that's about it. All wired into this lovely raid tower, which I don't think I've shown properly yet. The distance is measured with the GPS sensor, in my case. I don't have a wheel sensor. So the GPS sensor is this little guy who's hiding in here. Originally I had him on the handlebars. Stefan suggested I hide him in there. I wasn't sure it would work, but it still seems to be accurate. So yeah, that's it. Roadbook navigation, or at least what I know about roadbook navigation. I feel a hell of a lot more confident about the rally. Can't wait.